The topic of the end times, while it's supposed to stir hope within us, and I'm going to communicate to the best of my ability that that's exactly what Jesus is trying to do in this message. Instead, what it often stirs in us is anxiety. It brings questions into our mind like, will I be ready? What will happen to the people I love? What if I'm not good enough? And these aren't questions born out of any lack of faith on any of our parts, but it often comes from a sense of some sort of spiritual insecurity, unresolved fears that we carry with ourselves every single day. And so as we go into what we're going to read today, I want to be clear that we are trying to understand what Jesus said, why he said it, and to who he said it. And I think if we start with that and then fill from there the rest of what he says about the end times, I think we'll have a much better understanding of the way that we should view the end whenever it might be. So let's start reading Matthew 24, verse 3. As he sat on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately, saying, "Tell us, when will these things be? And what will be the sign of your coming and of the close of the age?" And Jesus answered them, "See that no one leads you astray." And those are the words I think we have to focus on before we go any further into that passage of Scripture. The place that Jesus starts in his communication of what the end times is going to look like is beginning with let no one lead you astray. And if we probably get nothing else out of this, we should listen to the beginning section of what I want to say here. Because the primary goal of what Jesus wants us to comprehend, to understand, to take in, is that we should not be fooled, we should be formed. And what I mean by that is instead of being fooled by all sorts of people who say they understand exactly what the end times looks like, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, and all of those things, we can't be fooled by their teachings, but we need to be formed by an understanding of Scripture. And if we understand what Scripture tells us about the end times, then it will ultimately shape our mindset and how we view the end times and what we emotionally think of when the end times is coming.